What's up, everybody? It's Gomlet, and I've got enough gold to play another ranked draft of Ravnica Allegiance, so let's hop right into it. Another thing to mention here before I get completely started is that Chaos drafts are coming back to Magic Online in a few days, so expect to see a lot of videos of those from me. So even if I 0-3 drop this draft, don't be too worried. I will still have videos coming, and I think that they'll be of something a bit more exciting, in my opinion. I love random style formats. Chaos Draft is the format where there's just packs from the entire history of Magic just basically chosen at random. So I could open a pack of Mirrodin from like 10 years ago. I guess Mirrodin's like 15 years old now, while the guy next to me opens a pack of Ravnica Allegiance, and the guy next to him opens a pack of Modern Masters, and it's just crazy. But I love that format a lot, so expect to see some videos of that. However, that format is on Magic Online and not Magic Arena, so it won't look as spiffy. Magic Online is a pretty basic program if you haven't seen it, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. So anyways, let's hop right into this pack. This pack has a pretty good rare, and I think I'm just going to take it. Well, I don't know. Growth Chamber Guardian, he's cool. He can do stuff in Standard for sure. So I am interested in having him for my collection. However, I guess for Draft, he's actually not that crazy. Actually, no, he's still seems pretty powerful because you could just play him on turn 2 and then turn 3 just spend the mana to adapt, and then you have a 4/4 out on turn 3. That does seem kind of powerful still, even if you don't get to search for another Growth Chamber Guardian unless you're really lucky. So that seems pretty powerful. Not really a Windmill Slam auto pick rare, so I will go ahead and look through the rest of this stuff. There's Flames of the Razor, which can be really good, I think. If you can trigger the ability that activates if you have a creature with power 4 or greater, then this card's insane. You get to kill their best thing and hopefully even 1 or 2 other stuff. It can be awesome. Sky Tether is alright. It's definitely good in your Azorius Flyers type builds and stuff like that. Sometimes even just Orzhov Flyers. Fireblade Artist is cool. Think it's alright as well. It's definitely good if you get Afterlife stuff to go with it. And then we have some decent commons. There's Slimebind, Azorius Night Arbiter, which I like a lot, and Consign to the Pit, which is probably the weakest, just because it's a pretty slow removal spell. So yeah, there's some other cool stuff than the Growth Chamber Guardian, but I think I'm still just going to go with him. He is the rare, you get less opportunities to play with those. So here we have Skatewing Spy. I think this card's pretty good. It does become a 4/5 flyer on turn 6, and while you do have to spend 4 mana to cast it and then 6 mana to turn it into that flyer, I think a 4/5 flyer is just a large enough body that is definitely worth it. There's also a Frilled Mystic, which Frilled Mystic is good as well, but I think I like the Skatewing Spy a little bit better. Other than that, we have some good commons. We've got Slimebind, we've got a Guildgate. There's a Blade Juggler in black. Yep, nothing here that makes me want to go into Gruul instead of Simic for the Guardian, so I'm going to pick up the Skatewing Spy. That card could be quite good. So there's a Titanic Brawl here, which goes well with the 2 cards we have already. They both get counters on them, so this is maybe a 1 mana fight card instead of a 2 mana fight card. I don't think that the difference between 1 and 2 mana in casting this is that huge. I think the card's fine either way, so we don't really have to worry about it. And the other thing is we're not really missing out on anything in this pack by taking Titanic Brawl. I mean, I guess we are missing out on like a Grotesque Demise, which is pretty good. Blade Juggler's pretty good. Depose Deploy's pretty good, but we're not missing out on anything in Simic, and I don't know if I want to move into something else. I guess I could take a Depose and Deploy, just in case I want to move into Azorius instead of Simic. We're really not tied to anything. We're on our 2nd pick right now. So we could also just take Grotesque Demise, even though it doesn't pair well with either of our first 2 picks, but like to have something that at least works with one of our picks, so I'm going to take Depose Deploy here. And maybe Azorius will be more open than Simic, which it does look like right now. There's one green card here. It's Territorial Board, which is not exciting at all. And there's a Dovin's Acuity, which I think I might want to just take Dovin's Acuity, because then I can actually try to draft around it. I've never gotten to do that before. There's also Chillbringer, which Chillbringer is, like, sick, but I really want to play with Dovin's Acuity. I like to play with stuff I haven't played before. I do think the right pick's probably just to slam Chillbringer, because the card's really good. But I'm going to pick Dovin's Acuity and try to actually draft around that one time here. So there's a Sage's Row. Let me go ahead and put this guy in the sideboard. We're really not seeing anything in green. There's a Steeple Creeper here, which is not exciting. So I think green is getting drafted pretty highly here. So there's nothing that triggers Dovin's Acuity in this pack. But there's a Sage's Row Savant to scry a little bit, or an Archway Angel to gain a little bit of life if we end up with some gates. Neither of those are insanely exciting. A 3/4 Flying Body is also just nice, but I already have a Skatewing Spy that'll just be a better flyer. I don't really know if Bring to Trial is the kind of thing I can really just toss in the main deck, because it's a ranked draft, so it's a best of one match, so if I end up playing against like a Rakdos deck that just speeds out with all those 2/2s and 3/2s and stuff, and then I just have a dead card in my hand, I feel like that could be a really bad situation where I just get demolished. But it is good against Gruul, it's good against Simic, it's good against some of the big flyers and Azorius and stuff, but I don't know. I feel like there'll be a decent amount of times that this doesn't have a target and it's just a useless card in my hand. I'm actually just going to take the Guildgate here. Might not be the best pick. Maybe I should just take the Angel or the Bring to Trial, but I'm just going to pick up the Guildgate. Senate Courier, I think, is a pretty easy pick for me here. I think the card's really good. 4 toughness is a lot. And it can get Vigilance, so you can start chipping away at your opponent while it's just blocking everything. So I think the card is very nice. Pack's not super exciting. Just going to take a Syndicate Messenger. Which is not a bad pick. It's definitely a fine card to have. This pack, I guess there's a Quench. Not a huge fan of Quench, but I think I like it better than slamming down a Watchful Giant right now. You can usually get those nice and late. Sky Tether is a nice wheel, because we do have some flyers already. We've got Senate Courier, Syndicate Messenger, Skatewing Spy, and Deploy. So we do have a lot of flyers already, actually. So let's pick up, in this pack, I guess we'll take the Watchdog. Watchdog is always at least alright. It's a really late Blade Juggler. I don't know for the kind of deck that's going to be triggering Blade Juggler a lot, though, even if we do go like Esper. So I'm actually just going to take Goblin Gathering. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's just one of those picks, like, just in case. I always like to be, like, picking Goblin Gathering so that, like, maybe the dream is real. It's probably Seraph of the Scales here, and we start trying to pick up some Guildgates to splash that in. I think the card is very, very good. It just has a lot of abilities. It's keyword soup. It can get Vigilance or Death Touch. It has Afterlife 2. It has Flying. It's a 4/3. Card is pretty good, and there's nothing else that exciting in here. Clear the Stage is cool, but we're not going to be able to trigger the secondary ability that often in our deck. So, Seraph of the Scales. Get in here. So there's an Undercity's Embrace, which does work with Dovin's Acuity. I still only have one card that works with Dovin's Acuity, so I do want to highly go after those kind of cards. But I'm really not a fan of Undercity's Embrace, plus it's on our splash color. So here it's between the Azorius Guildgate and the Orzhov Locket. Both of them help us splash. Because if we have another Azorius Guildgate, it isn't as much of a pain to our deck to put another Swamp in there to splash the Seraph of the Scales. So yeah, I'll just pick up the Guildgate, actually. I know that the I know that the lockets can be good, and I've definitely seen like a lot of like pro-level players using lockets, but I don't know what it is. I still don't end up using lockets probably as much as I should. So here there's a Senate Griffin. I'm actually going to check out our curve. So like Orator is really tempting here just so we can get something to just drop out on turn 2, but I like the Senate Griffin so much better. The Grasping Thrall's really good too, but I don't want to splash in like a million cards. I guess I could take Orator and hope to wheel either of those, or I could take one of those and hope to wheel Orator. And I think that's what we're doing here. I mean, could also take Slimebind. Slimebind doesn't combo with Dovin's Acuity, but it does get rid of an early game creature. So it's kind of like another early drop that just helps us survive. I guess the thing is with Depose and Deploy, we can put it right here, because we can always just use Depose if we have to on turn 2. Man, this is a really hard pick. I like both of these flyers a lot, but they're also not great for our curve. Let's just let the bots make the decision for us. Let's take the Slimebind and pick whatever wheels. I know that's definitely not the right pick, but that's what I'm going to do. So here we have a Sage's Row Savant, so we can get a 2-drop. We also have a Senate Griffin. Another hard pick. I'm not going to take the Bell Haunt. The card is okay, but the mana cost is really hard, especially when it's on our splash color. Needing double black is kind of difficult for this deck. So, I mean, we'll look at the curve again. I think it's okay to just not take the Savant right now. And we're just really hoping to get those 2-drops later on in this pack off of the wheels. So here, this pack's not exciting. And there's nothing that triggers Acuity. Man, might have to cut Acuity out of here. I think I'm just going to take Watchdog. There's a High Alert. High Alert works with the Watchdogs. It works with the Senate Courier. Works a little bit with Syndicate Messenger and Skatewing Spy. And it doesn't work with Griffin or Seraph. I think High Alert might be worth it. Like, what else are we playing in this pack? We're playing a Gateway Plaza, so it's between High Alert or Gateway Plaza. I'm gonna take the High Alert. Oh, we could take a second High Alert? Yeah, that's a really easy pick in this pack, because the only other thing we're playing here is an Azorius Locket, because I don't really feel like playing a Coral Commando. Alright, so now I can really highly draft stuff that combos well with High Alert. So here we'll take Syndicate Messenger. Watchful Giant works fine with it. Guess we'll take Undercity's Embrace. Does combo with the Acuity. I do think I'll have to cut the Acuity at this point, though. Oh, we got the 2-drop. And we didn't actually wheel any of the 3 cards I was interested in that pack, so that was definitely the wrong pick earlier. Alright, so there's a Grasping Thrall. There's a Forbidding Spirit. And that's pretty much it. I already have 2 Quench, and I don't even like running Quench in the first place. Yeah, I mean, there's a Spire Mangler, there's a Blade Juggler, but I'm trying not to really splash too many black cards. Yeah, this pack is not great for this deck. I guess I'll take a Grasping Thrall. We've got a lot of stuff at 3 mana already. Gateway Sneak seems pretty good. Gateway Sneak, we really hope to wheel the Guildgate. This is actually a really hard pick. There's multiple good cards here. I think it's between Gateway Sneak and Summary Judgment for me personally. But there is also a Senate Griffin, and a Syndicate Messenger, and a Consign to the Pit. There are good cards in this pack, but I think it's between Gateway Sneak and Summary Judgment. So what do we have for early game removal like Summary Judgment? We've got Sky Tether, Double Quench, Slimebind, Undercity's Embrace. I don't think I want to play that, though. Yeah, we aren't really high on removal right now. I want the Gateway Sneak so bad, because it combos well with High Alert, and the card is just good, but I think the safer play is definitely just the Judgment. That also combos with the Acuity. Yeah, I guess we'll just take the Judgment. Sad pick there. Very sad pick. I would have loved a Gateway Sneak. I guess I'm taking Law Mage's Binding. Card's just pretty good removal. It's kind of hard to pick one of these flyers over it, even though the flyers are quite good. There's also another Orzhov Guildgate. We really gotta wheel one of these Guildgates. Come on. That would be so nice. There's a Counterspell. There's a Junk Troller. Junk Troller is good with High Alert. Yeah, that's fun. I'm putting Junk Troller in here, because that is quite fun. A pretty easy Guildgate, I think. Not missing out on a lot there. Take another Sage's Rose Savant. Let's actually start cutting some cards from here. So if I don't want to play the Quenches, because I have 28 cards now, I can not play the Quenches if I don't want to. I can not play the Embrace, not play the Vampire just because it works real shitty with High Alert. Sage's Rose Savant doesn't work well with High Alert either, but a 2-1 already isn't going to be doing anything on the board. He's just really just there for the scry. And this looks fine. Oh, I forgot about the Guildgate. So this is kind of like this is a 21 card deck right now. So I do need to put some of the other stuff back in here. Yeah, I mean, I have double Watchdog to block early stuff, and a Twilight Panther. And then I have, like, Summary Judgment, Slimebind, Depose, early stuff to slow them down, so I should be able to hit 3 pretty easily, so I don't think I actually need any more 2-drops. I might not even need the Sage's Rose Savant. So it's between Arrester's Zeal and Azorius Guildgate. Arrester's Zeal would give me another card to play main phase to trigger Dovin's Acuity. So it is a really hard pick. Because I am also still kind of concerned about mana, but at the same time I really want to be able to play Dovin's Acuity, because I picked it pretty early, intending to try it out, and don't have a lot of cards that work with it yet, so I need to take them any chance we have. So we have 1, 2... Yeah, I literally have 2 things that work with it, so I'm going to take Arrester's Zeal. Hopefully, at the very end here, we can get enough. We've got 3 things that work with it now. This is a really easy Orzhov Guildgate. Perfect. Sphinx's Insight. Orator would be nice, but I really want to play Acuity. Here's a 4th thing that works with Acuity. I think we even want more things than that to play it, but I mean, even if you don't play any instance for the rest of the game, you gain 2 life and draw 1 card, which isn't abysmal. 4 things is probably just enough, but I do think it would be really nice to have more. Sweet, we got both of the guild gates. Clear the mind? Nope, that's a sorcery. I don't think I'm playing any of these cards. I'll just toss it in the sideboard. Toss this dude in the sideboard. This dude in the sideboard. Yeah, well, I'm gonna run a slightly awkward Dovin's Acuity here, because we don't have a lot to combo with it. But at the same time, I really wanted to play it. Alright, so we've got a 40-card deck. I mean, we could just run it like this. Double Orzhov Guildgate, so that's 3 black mana sources. That seems fine, probably? Because I do have some card draw. I have an Acuity and a Sphinx's Insight. Maybe we want more than 3 black sources, but black really is the splash here. Alright, what about white sources? We definitely want a lot of white. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 white sources. That seems A-okay. And for blue, we have 4, 5, 6, 7. Do you have anything that costs double blue? Nope, we only need 1 blue mana for any of these cards. So 7 blue sources seems fine as well. I think the mana's good. I think we're just gonna roll with it. See how this deck does. Not a major fan, but I also don't hate it. I'll just have to figure out. I'm mainly just here, just waiting for Chaos Draft. I don't know why. My mind is like so hyped up about that. So if I draw any land, then this hand is sick. Because then I Griffin into hopefully an island, even if I just draw plains. I've got a Watchdog to slow my opponent down. This is kind of a rough keep, but I'm going to do it. We do really need an island at some point. Preferably sooner than later. Alright, at least my opponent has mana issues as well. Oh, I should have taken the Twilight Panther out, because I only have 3 black sources. Yeah, Twilight Panther is just a 1-2 a lot of the time in this deck. Oh boy. This is not good. Well, opponents solved their mana issues before me, and I think that means they win. If I don't draw an island like now. Yeah, this is not good. Oops! I was just spamming spacebar to skip through stuff and it auto-attacked. Alright, well, I mean, I got a free damage out of it, so that's nice. Not that it matters, they have an ill-gotten inheritance out, so they're just gonna gain a bunch of life, but somehow the attack worked out. Yeah, great. Look at how screwed I am, opponent. They're gonna take out High Alert. Fair enough. I mean, I guess that turns Watchdog and Panther into a 3-3 and a 2-2. Well, this is sad. Jesus Christ. Well, gonna have to just save me some time at this point. This is quite unfortunate. So I'm dead to these inheritances, because they've got 8 damage on the board with inheritances. Whenever they have the mana to sacrifice them, which I guess they don't yet. They need 1 more land for that. Well, there's our land. Too little too late, though. Guess we scry and try and get an island. Alright. Oh, I guess they already have the mana for the inheritances, so it doesn't matter. This game's over. They just sack an inheritance now, sack 1 next turn. They actually might not even have to sack it. No, they do still have to sack it if they want to kill me immediately. Wow, this was some awful draws this game. That was quite unfortunate. But I did not want to mull to 6 and get the exact same hand with one less cards, like seems to always happen to me. But I understand that that is false logic, that is human mind weighted logic, because that's what it feels like happens, but statistically that is not what actually would happen. Statistically it would probably have been better to mulligan that hand. I'm gonna play the Guild Gates first so that I can actually just slam down Acuity on turn 3. I don't need this Watchdog unless they play something with 2 power. So there's a Guild Mage, so I could preferably draw an untapped land. Oh wait, what am I saying? I can still just play the Watchdog. I'm an idiot. It's not like the Guild Gates stay tapped for multiple turns. But yeah, I guess the whole thing about mulliganing the last hand was you have to decide what's more likely, that I draw 1 land in the next 4 turns, or that my 6-card hand is better than that. So, it probably was best to mulligan. Oops, sorry. I think my laptop cord just got unplugged a little bit there, so the frame rate just got shafted. Alright, this is not great, but actually, do I want to just Sage's Row Savant? Dovin's Acuity into Summary Judgment during my main phase is so spicy. High Alert is also spicy. There are so many spicy options here. It's also spicy just to Sage's Row Savant, set up my next draws, and have a blocker out for their stuff. I'm gonna do that. We've got time for the other stuff. Ooh, boy. I want both those things. I'm going to get the land first and then the Thrall. And I don't have the mana for the Thrall yet, but I just need 1 more land and then I'll have the mana for the Thrall. Alright, so I'm definitely trading off the Sage's Row Savant the second they allow me to. Unless they just drop a Dagger Caster, that'd be unfortunate. Why do I say these things? I'm not gonna sack my Watchdog just to save the 2-1. I am taking 6 now, so this is quite unfortunate. So, had I cast Acuity that turn, I'd be at 15? But the board state would be the same. And then right now, I would Judgment their Creeper? Return Acuity in my hand? If I wanted to. I would probably actually right now just play Savant and Judgment. That would be a better position, but I didn't know they were going to Dagger Caster the shit out of me. I'll play a Syndicate Messenger first here. This is unfortunate. Just really wanted to get some kind of block out on this board, but I think it definitely would have been better to just Acuity on turn 3. Because had I Acuity'd on turn 3, then I wouldn't be in a situation like I am now, where I might have to Summary Judgment before I even have Dovin's Acuity on the board. Which would be pretty unfortunate if that ends up being the case. Just sending in the Steeple Creeper. Okay. I will trade. I am on the defensive. Let's draw a card and, well, could also just make Watchdog a 3/3. I do think I need to draw into something here. Senate Griffin is not bad. Alright. Let's find out what their Rhythm of the Wilding in. Hopefully it doesn't have Trample and I can just trump it with a 1/1. And then Judgment it next turn. Are they going to destroy Dovin's Acuity? They're going to make a land a 4/4. Okay. Slightly strange. I think I just take the 4 actually, go to 11. It's fine. Oh, that would have been so nice if the land were still a 4/4 now. So I can kill their Guild Mage and draw another card and gain a life, or I can kill their Guild Mage and make my Watchdog a 3/3, or I can just drop a Grasping Thrall or a Senate Griffin. The fact that they just activated the Guild Mage makes me want to kill the Guild Mage, because if I don't kill the Guild Mage, they get to keep just activating it and hitting me with a 4/4, which I don't have anything that blocks a 4/4 well. I guess Grasping Thrall gains me some life. Then hopefully they draw their land to play out whatever crazy thing they're trying to cast off Rhythm, and I can kill that instead. Yeah, I think I have to just kill the Guild Mage, unfortunately. Right, Syndicate Messenger is not bad. Saving my 1/1 to trump if they give something large haste. Like if they play a Rend Horde and then it's a 5/5 with haste, I think I just trump that. They want to use a removal spell on my 1/3, that is A-okay with me. Alright, I just wanted to attack for funsies. Maybe they were trying to spectacle something. Let's just drop a Thrall. Bam! That's unfortunate. I am just gonna keep the Watchdog, though. Because it doesn't actually have to resolve the Destroy to do a damage to everything else. Like, even if you say something that destroys... you can cast something that says destroy target creature on an indestructible creature, so they'd still kill my flyer even if I saved the 3/3 version. Ooh, that is very unfortunate. I think I'm about to just lose to a Mythic. Yeah, I figured I'd just keep the Watchdog, because, like, it's a 3/3 off the High Alert, which is fine, and I have more flyers. Maybe I should have just used the Watchdog. I would be in the exact same situation now. Had I used the Watchdog, they would just fight the bird now. Yep. Well, I have to set up my next draw. This is really awkward because I want to cast 2 cards this turn. I want to cast, like, Messenger High Alert, but if I cast Griffin High Alert, then my Griffin's just a 2/2 instead of a 3/2, and then it can't trade off with a Dagger Caster. What an asshole. Tossing in the good game. Oh my god. Alright, think I just end up chumping here. So let's Griffin, see what the Scry gets us. That's a land. That goes on bottom. I mean, I guess we just don't cast High Alert. No. Well, does Ravager Worm have Trample? No. Yeah, so I'm just chumping anyway. So we cast High Alert for our later creatures. Yeah, I don't think we were winning this game no matter what we did. Because that's a Savage Smash now. Well, that was unfortunate. Well, we got demolished by a giant worm and a Rhythm of the Wild. They didn't even really get to do anything with their Rhythm. They cast Rhythm and then they played one creature after that. All right. I mean, I guess letting the worm have haste and a counter did end up killing me pretty fast. Okay, so I'll keep this hand. I forgot to take the Twilight Panther out this whole time, but that's okay. I'm on tilt, boys and girls. So this hand's nice if I draw one land. It can be any land at any point. Let's play some 1-2s and 1-3s. And when I say at any point, I mean by turn 4. Let's just specify that. Ooh! Let's do it! High Alert! Good thing Panther's still in here. That's a 1-mana 2-2. Knew there was a reason we kept it in. Goblin Gathering. Oh, yes. I love you, opponent. Opponent, you're the best. I'll race ya. Race you little gobbles. Alright. Let's draw a card. Nice. There's our 4th land. Goblin Gathering. Opponent's going for it. I'm going for it as well. Triple block the Watchdog. Quadruple block the Watchdog. Alright, well, opponent is not actually going for it. Maybe if they have a 3rd Goblin Gathering, then yeah. If they have a 3rd Goblin Gathering in hand, that is the nuts. And they are still going for it. So I can deploy right now, and then I can return Acuity. But I don't think I need to Acuity. I think I already have a bunch of cards in hand. I can just Acuity later. So I just play a Syndicate Messenger. It's a flying threat. Even if they make a million more goblins. Alright. So I can depose and recast Acuity to draw 2 cards here. I do think deploy is enough better that that's the wrong play, though. Yeah, let's just attack. See what happens. Your opponent sacks a creature. Okay. It's gotta be during my main phase, so I can't just... If I cast Deploy now, I get to just sack a 1/1, but I don't get to return Acuity. And a 1/1 flyer is enough comparable to the 2/2 that it's fine to just let the 2/2 die. Go ahead and deploy now. So I do 5 in the air to them this turn. I'm actually going to just cast Acuity, see if I draw my pump spell or something to just kill them. Nope. I don't think my pump spell does just kill them, though. Let's go ahead and scry, see what's coming up. Well, those are gone. Get out of here. Could have also just cast the Skatewing Spy, that way they're like phenomenally dead this turn, but I like setting up my draws more there, just drawing more cards. Alright, well, we got a game. Got a game. That was not the 03, so that is nice. At the very least. Let's check out what's in our pack here. Biomancer's Familiar and an uncommon wild card. Very nice. Let's see. There we go. Alright. Heading into round 4 here. It's looking like there probably won't be a lot of ranked drafts of Ravnica Allegiance getting uploaded on my channel. It's looking like there's going to be another small little break while we wait for Chaos Drafts to hop onto Magic Online, and then we'll just see a bunch of Chaos Drafts. Because at this rate, it does not look like I will be winning enough gold or gems or whatever to draft again immediately. I do not need the Watchdog out yet. I'll just play it on turn 2. Satyrs Row Savant. Watchdog blocks that well. Alright. Guildgate and Watchdog. Ooh, it's the mirror match. Esper fight. Esper was... well, that's hard. I was going to say Esper might have been my favorite shard of Alara, because they were the white, blue, black artifacts shard, which was super cool. It was really cool to have an artifact sub-theme in a very multicolored fashion. Just because those two things are so, like... they're just an interesting juxtaposition of, like, being an artifact deck while simultaneously being a heavily multicolored deck. Do I want to attack here? Yeah, why not? If they've got a trick, let them do it. Fairy Duelist. That does literally nothing. So I get to kill both of them. That's cool. I mean, that works with me. I'll trade my Watchdog for 2 random cards. I've got a Junk Troller coming down next turn. 4 mana, 6/6. Let's go. But yeah, I think Shards of Alara was a really cool set. I would love to go back there. So all of the shards were great. Grixis was really cool. Unearth is awesome. Naya was great. Just a bunch of giant creatures. Bant was cool. Exalted was nice. And Junt was nice too, because they had dragons. They had sacrifice effects. Shards of Lara was great. Alright, Azorius Guildgates. Probably just play Skatewing Spy. Hope to draw an untapped land. Or I can play Senate Griffin and try to set up my next draw. I guess I'll play the Griffin. Okay, so I was not going to draw an untapped land, but I do want to draw that card, so I guess I'll just keep it. I guess it's a good thing I didn't play the Skatewing Spy, because I wouldn't have had the mana to cast it for a while here. Or I wouldn't have had the mana to adapt it for a while. Hopefully this Junk Troller just gets there. It is starting to put in some work. Doing its best. Syndicate Messenger from our opponent. It's awkward, it stops our Senate Griffin because of High Alert. I guess I can Slime Bind that, but then they can still just block, because our Griffin only has 2 power thanks to High Alert. I know it doesn't look like that, but it only has 2 power right now. So they have 5 power on the board, so they still can't kill the Junk Troller. Could depose their flyer, that just seems bad. I think I just attack with Junk Troller, cast Syndicate Messenger, then I can start attacking with the Messenger next turn. Ooh, they just blocked their Messenger. Well, now I can start attacking with Griffin as well. I'm glad I got to cast a Junk Troller in this format. The art and the flavor text is so good. I like this card a lot. I've always liked it, even with the old version. The ability is really cool too. I'm probably never going to use the ability because it's a 6/6 right now, but who knows? Maybe they naturalize me or something. I'm gonna take 3. You can Spectacle in your Blade Juggler. Fairy Duelist. I hope that they weren't planning on... Well, that's kind of unfortunate. Well, actually, no, it's not. Because I still would have just traded if I blocked. I was gonna say that's kind of unfortunate in that... they might have... I don't know what I was gonna say. I'm sorry, my brain is dying. I don't know what I was gonna say there, and I'm getting confused. I'm gonna drop a Skatewing Spy and have Rester's Zeal backup. Wazam! Alright, so they're taking 9. I could make them take 11. That's not quite there, so we'll just do this damage. So opponent... First opponent I've seen actually cast a Bankrupt in Blood. Hopefully they drew into something good. Because otherwise, that's quite unfortunate. They sacked their 3/3 and a 1/1 flyer. Looks like they did not. So we have got 2 wins in. How many gyms do I actually have? I have 590. So I actually probably have enough gyms now. 200, so I'll have 790. I do have enough gyms. I'll get to draft one more time. Alright, there will probably be a video every day then, because today is Sunday. There'll be a video today. There'll definitely be another draft tomorrow. So I guess there might not be a video on Tuesday. Depending on if I win or lose the next draft, or how far I get in this one. But then on Wednesday, that's when the Chaos drafts start. Alright, let's keep this. It has all of my colors. Drop the guild gate. His hand is pretty slow, but it's got all my colors, so it's kind of hard to pass it. Opponent goes Persistent Petitioners. Alright. In Simic. They could be Bant. Could be white, blue, green. What the fuck is happening? This is, disturbing. This is quite disturbing. I go. Well, we'll play the more expensive thing. Here's a high alert. And I'll play Watchdog next turn. Would have been nice to have the Watchdog earlier, so that now I could be attacking with it, but I'll take this. Might be about to get milled out. This might be like that one draft where I just got milled out 3 times in a row. Oh, why do I draw the double high alert? It's my second game where I drew double high alert. I don't think that there's a reason to cast the second one. I guess if they kill one of them. Yeah, I mean, if they have a card to kill one of them, then this way, if they do end up killing one of them, I don't have to spend more mana later. Because the spending of the mana there was free. I could have Summary Judgment one of the petitioners if I was super spooked, but I'm not that scared yet. So I am mildly scared. Seriously, is that just all they have? It's just petitioners? Attack with the Watchdog. I've got 25 cards left in the deck. I'm just gonna play another flyer. They have not milled a single land. They've milled all actual cards. There they go. They hit a land. I'm concerned and confused at the same time. Alright, so this turn I don't actually have anything to do, so I will Summary Judgment one of those. I could untap one of my creatures, but that's just nothing. Gonna make a Petitioner a 2/4. Right. Weird use of the applied Biomancy. They could have also bounced my Messenger. Not sure why they didn't. That's what the oops is about. Let's go ahead and kill the petitioner now. Like, I don't like getting milled, so might as well stop them at some point. Wrecking Beast. Summary Judgment would not have done anything to that. That is a 7/7. Oh boy. Don't think I want to Slime Bind it. It's a 3/7 if I Slime Bind it, which I'm still jump blocking. I guess if I Slime Bind it now and then I draw a land... this is kind of ballsy. Alright, it worked out. Now it does nothing. Because I've got a 6/6 to block it. Territorial Boar. Ooh, these are both quite good. So we go with the more expensive one. They both do just about as much damage, because the throw drains them when it enters. Oh, they just scoop. Are we 3 wins in? Did I turn this into at least an average draft at the end there? Yargle! Yep, we're 3 wins in, so even if I lose, we did it. We made the dead average. 3 wins, 3 losses. Oh, I was really spooked at the start there that this was going to be another disappointing, just immediate 3-loss draft like I've been getting these last couple drafts here. But things started working out, and here's where the game says no. This is like the exact same hand that I lost with in round 1. So, mulligan? Oh my god. Oh boy. That's so awkward that Sky Tether was on top too. Because Sky Tether stops one of their things from attacking me and I could cast it, but god, do I need an island. And hey, I got an island. I do need more lands now. Now I need 2 of any lands. Even just 1 of any land lets me drop Dovin's Acuity, which hopefully gets me the 4th land. Maybe it'll work out. You can deal 1 damage to me all day. Curious Oligarch. Looks like our opponent mulliganed as well. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, they just played cards fast. I'm gonna just drop a Panther or Slimebite. I guess I'll just drop a Panther. That'll just trade with their Oligarch, because I don't have any black mana, and I probably won't for a while, so... I just block the Oligarch, they get a 1/1 flyer. Because I have a lot of flyers with more than 1 toughness, so whenever I get one of those, the 1/1 flyer is basically useless. I guess there's no reason to do that, though, because I can just block the Oligarch with my Watchdog at that rate. Well, we'll have to see if they do anything fancy or weird. So opponent is on Esper again, playing against a lot of Esper. Playing with a lot of Esper. Alright. Going to combat, send in the Twilight Panther, and that is it. Here comes their 3-drop. Nothing. Well, it's going to be an Acuity here. Hoping to draw any land. Preferably not a Guildgate, but Guildgate will do. Plains, that's pretty perfect. just pass and wait for our opponent. Opponent's on 4 mana, they're just going to give the Panther Death Touch immediately. No shenanigans about it. We both know what's happening. Okay, they meant to attack with it. Alright. I was a little curious. So I'm going to drop the Senate Griffin. Since I don't have the mana to adapt the Spy, the Griffin is just better right now, and I get to scry and draw that Swamp for the Grasping Thrall. And for the Panther. Just give it Death Touch twice. This is pretty unfortunate. Our opponent is not clicking on the Panther in the right step. They keep preemptively clicking on the Panther before the Declare Attacker's step, and so it's just funneling mana into it, which is really unfortunate for our opponent, but it's also kind of funny. So I'm sorry. I am sorry, opponent. They're just trying to attack with the Panther, and they're just ending up sacrificing mana to the Panther gods. Yeah, there goes our Thrall. We do still have a flyer, though, so I've got a threat. Keep getting in there. I've got the mana to adapt the Spy next turn, which is super good. Got the mana to Slimebind or use Watchdog, depending on what they do here. There's an order. Get to swing at them for 7 in the air next turn. Ooh, deploy. Post deploy, that is nice. I think I just swing out with these guys, though. What you got? They might have something. They are taking some time and looking at their hand and stuff. Fairy Duelist. I don't think that that kills any of my things, but I do think that it just chump blocks. Stops a lot of damage this turn. Okay, so they're going to take 4. That way they get to save the Duelist and block again next turn. I think I'm actually just going to tap their Duelist and draw 2 cards, do 7 to them. Gonna let that damage through so that they don't get another flyer. So yeah, I could depose, then I draw a card, hopefully drawing the +2/+2 spell to kill them immediately. And then, if I don't draw it immediately, I can Dovin's Acuity and still have the mana to attempt to draw it afterwards. So we need to save 1 white mana up. It's actually, we'll save, let's pay like this for now. Tap the flyer. Draw a card. Turn Acuity to our hand so we have another draw. And they scoop. Alright. That works with me as well. Alright, so that's 4 wins in. That's 450 gems. Things are going nicely at the end here. Things started working. That is nice. This hand's pretty bad, but it has all the colors, so we can't really mulligan this. Because, I mean, I just get to drop a Watchdog and then I sit here and stare at my opponent. Got a Slime Bind to stop some kind of threat, but definitely need to draw into some gas of my own here. Opponent leads with a Gruul Guildgate. Followed by another Gruul Guildgate. So I am guessing they're playing some red and green cards. At the very least. Turn 3 for our opponent. They're currently just thinking. I feel like I have a really nice setup this game. I get to Dovin's Acuity on turn 3, and then I have an Arrester's Zeal to return it at some point. I also have a nice curve. Acuity on 3 to draw a card, Griffin on 4 to have a threat. The draws definitely worked out. These 2 draws were very nice. One goes forced into a Rubble Belt Runner. Cannot be blocked by creature tokens. Okay. So I'm going to play the island, drop down Acuity. We draw a Lawmage's Binding. That is a very nice draw against Gruul. Because they do have a lot of very large, hard-to-deal with threats. I do have the Slime Bind to deal with the Rubble Belt Runner. But we are going to need something like a Lawmage's Binding for stuff that is larger than that. I can Sky Tether the Steeple Creeper as well. So these are some pretty nice draws. We're going to drop down the Senate Griffin. Okay with taking some damage here. Keep the Grasping Throw on top. It's going to take 2 turns until I can cast the Throw, so I think this turn we're just going to like Sky Tether and Slime Bind. Just deal with their little guys on the board here. Opponent drops Rhythm of the Wild. So they are about to be able to do some scary explosive stuff if they feel like it. But luckily I can just shut off their current creatures. I guess Slime Bind is instant speed, so I'm going to Sky Tether their guy that they can give flying if they get a blue mana. Don't even know if they have blue mana, but essentially just remove that guy. And now I have 3 mana up, so I can Slime Bind the Rubble Belt Runner if they don't cast something scary with Rhythm. If they do, I can Slime Bind it. So they're going to make a 3/4 with Reach. That's kind of a problem. So I'm going to Slime Bind the Runner. I guess I'll have to use Arrester's Zeal at instant speed and not gain card advantage off of the Acuity. Which is pretty unfortunate. But I do think I need to get rid of the Rubble Slinger. Would be so nice if Acuity just counted if you cast it during your turn. That would be so nice. But unfortunately, it has to be in main phase, so they drop another Rebel Slinger. And they do drop the Guild Gate to have the mana to give Steeple Creeper flying. So Sphinx's Insight here and hope to draw an island. I do think I want to draw cards here. But I also really want to Law Mage's Binding the Rebel Slinger right now so I can still get in for 6 this turn, but I think I should probably Sphinx's Insight, because the other thing is they're starting to get a little bit of mana to actually play something scary off the Rhythm of the Wild. Azorius Guildgate, that's unfortunate. Alright, so I'm not attacking this turn. Opponent does play a big, scary dude. Five haste Rendhorn. Just gonna take it. Now we need something to deal with the Slinger that now we need something to deal with the Slinger and the Rendhorn. I guess I can just Law Mage's Binding, Rebel Slinger, attack for 6, then I chump Rendhorn. I can chump Rendhorn for 2 turns with these Watchdogs. That might be the strat. Because 3 swings for my Flyers and they'll die. Contemplate, I mean, Junk Troller blocks the Rendhorn. Yeah, we drop Junk Troller, save Watchdog mana. See what they do during their turn. Footlight Fiend. That's fine. And a Soreform Hybrid, so that can be a 6/6. Which is unfortunate. There's 2 of them. That's a pretty big problem. So now I have a Twilight Panther to block one of the hybrids. So, if they can only make one of them a 6/6 per turn. So if I shut off the Rebel Slinger, I attack in for 6 in the air, they go down to 9. And then block Rendhorn with the Troller. Block Hybrid with the Panther, give it Death Touch. Block another one with Watchdog and sack. Yeah, I'm actually in a great position here. Because I can just use the Panthers plus the Watchdogs to just eat off their hybrids. Think I am in a winning position here. Opponent just draws a land. Adapts a hybrid. No attacks. Fair enough. I mean, I do have the Panther out. Forgot to use Junk Troller's ability, but this game's not going to go on long enough for that to matter. But I should still be using it just on the 0.00001% chance. Alright, they've got one last turn. And I have a whole lot of blockers. I guess they could have that 6/6 guy that says your opponent's creatures with power less than the number of counters on your stuff can't block this turn. That would be awful for me. I think I would just die and be sad. Alright, we got another one. Is that 4 wins now? 4 wins, 3 losses? Or 4 wins, 2 losses? Pretty cool. Ooh, we got a Mythic as our random reward. We got a Dovin Grand Arbiter. That's 5 wins. Dude, this deck's going so well. Things really turned around. 1 more win and then we've got more than 750 gems out of this draft, which is very nice. Or maybe it is just 750. I don't remember the rewards payout, but I know that if we win again, we at least break even in terms of like if we had paid gems. This hand's pretty nice. This hand has a curve, for sure. And that island solidifies the curve. That way we don't have to randomly play a second guild gate during any of it. I mean, I highly doubt we're playing Lawmage's Binding on turn 3, so I guess we can just play the guild gate that turn anyway. So, Sage's Row Savant. And there's a Depose and a Senate Courier. So I think we want to draw the Senate Courier so we can curve out Senate Courier into the 4-3, then have Depose deploy afterwards. But those are both great draws. Azorius Locket for our opponent. So they get to mill, Depose, deploy. Since they saved the mana up to do so. Savant does not get to attack, because Petitioners is a 1-3. Sphinx of New Prov for our opponent. That costs 2 more mana to target. So turn 5 I can shut that off. For now, I don't even need to target it to play a Seraph that they cannot attack into. Could also have just played the Senate Griffin, because they can't attack into that either. And this way, if they have like Lawmage's Binding or something, I'm not as hurt. Yeah, I probably should have just played Senate Griffin first. I got my Junk Troller, that's pretty unfortunate. Because Junk Troller is quite good against Mill. Yep, they've got Lawmage's Binding. Screw me, I guess. That was unfortunate. I do get to just Binding their Sphinx, though. And if they ever do anything that makes me sack a dude, I do still get the value out of it. She's just gonna play the Griffin first. I don't think they attack into this. Skatewing Spy is good, but they just mill it, so we'll just toss it on the bottom. Scry doesn't matter at all in this game, because if I put it on top, they just mill it, and if I put it on bottom, it's just gone. Either way. So no matter what card I see off of Scry, that card is gone. So that's pretty unfortunate. They mill an island, very nice. I guess Scry lets me keep any lands that I see on top. So hopefully they just end up milling me lands. I still am drawing lands though, so that sucks. Bam! I have a Lawmage's Binding as well. However, they have double Locket, so they get to draw 4 cards, so I don't think I'll win this game. They're just about to have so much card advantage, it's not even funny. Alright, cool. Start getting in there. Slowly. Definitely should have played the Senate Griffin first. If I had played the Senate Griffin first, I would probably be paying the mana to give the Seraph Vigilance, so that wouldn't have killed it. But if it did, I would at least have some tokens at this point, instead of nothing. There's a high alert for our opponent, so Petitioners is 3-3. They choose to stop milling. Hey, I like that. Oh, they just have a Senate Courier? Well, it's not good. It's definitely not good. What have they milled? Alright. I think the problem with my deck is that there's not really any bombs. Seraph of the Scales is our only bomb. We've only cast it once in all of these matches. So other than that, we just have, like, basic stuff. So our one bomb we've cast one time, and it's immediately been Lawmage's Binding. Sphinx the Guild Pack. This game is tremendously over. I have nothing that is of a high enough power level to come back from this. I'm actually highly considering just conceding, because I'm literally going through everything I could possibly draw, and I just have nothing for this. Like, I could Summary Judgment the Courier, and that's it. Like, if I Summary Judgment the Courier and draw a High Alert, maybe? But even then, my opponent still just has card advantage on me, because they have another Azorius Locket to pop to draw a couple cards. Yeah, opponent's deck is a lot better than mine, if I had to say. Certainly drafted good deck, whereas I did not. Well, that's a plane, so that is game. Well, kind of an anticlimactic way to end it off. Just played against a superior deck. But that went a lot better than it was looking at the start. We got our 5 wins, 3 losses, 650 gems, so we definitely have enough gems to draft again. Got our nice little pack here. Oh, we got 2 packs. See if we get anything good. Theater of Horrors, that's a cool card that I think could do a lot of good stuff. Nobody's really doing anything crazy with it yet, though. And a Deputy of Detention. That card is seeing play in Azorius Aggro, I think? And, like, Bant decks. The card's good. And it sees some play. So thank you, everybody, for watching, and I will see you all again soon for another ranked draft of Ravnica Allegiance, and I'll see you all very soon for a whole bunch of Magic Online Chaos drafts. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you